Hi guys, back here again at WordCamp 2023 in Athens. Here we have Jesse, the Chief Experience Officer at WebPros. We're here to ask a few questions about cPanel and WP2. Hi Jesse, how are you?
Great. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. How are you enjoying the event so far?
Great turnout so far. So
yeah, it's been a real busy one, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
As the Chief Experience Officer, what are some significant changes or improvements you've seen in cPanel over the years, and how has it enhanced the user experience?
It's a great question. I think, one of the big changes we've done over the last, let's say, 2 years now is a big pivot in the operating systems we support with the product itself, with CentOS kind of changing their life cycle and going to the CentOS stream approach. We had to augment over to different operating systems like Ubuntu and things like that, which actually allowed us to fulfill a long-standing feature request from some of our providers that wanted to have more availability. So we put a lot of effort in doing that. It was a significant overhaul of our entire code base to get it to support a new operating system. Outside of that, we've also put a lot of time into UI UX. So the launch of our Jupyter theme was to kind of modernize our themes and things like that for end users specifically. And then we've done a lot of modernization of our code to allow for us to release features faster. Critical updates to things like auto SSL and whatnot have also been in our purview.
Perfect. So all about optimization, security,
and performance. Yep.
Performance.
Yep.
How does cPanel plan to maintain its relevance, continue to meet user needs in the ever-evolving world of web hosting and AI, or are you ever looking to integrate it in any way?
Yeah, so when it comes to AI specifically, obviously it's the big buzz right now, with a lot of companies. A lot of people are, trying to get things really quick to market and stuff. We do have some other products that we're starting to integrate AI into. cPanel is something that specifically we are looking into what approaches we can take when it comes to AI. Some behind the scenes discussions have been around like, how do we introduce AI in terms of automatically fixing issues that arise on a server to prevent having to open a ticket, as an example. Or if you're in an individual interface and you have questions about something inside of the product, an AI would answer it, So I think that's kind of where the direction we're kind of taking with cPanel specifically, and we're kind of entertaining a lot more ideas around how we can better integrate with AI specifically.
That could save a huge deal of time, couldn't it?
Definitely.
Instead of a support ticket,
And it's not just to us. I mean, even our hosters, our partners and stuff who get their own end users opening tickets with them, it could help them solve those issues and reduce support burden on them as well.
Oh, wow, that's really exciting to hear.
Yeah.
As web security continues to be a major concern for site owners, can you share some measures cPanel is taking to ensure the security of hosted websites?
Yeah, security is actually a really big focus of cPanel, has been, for many years, last 2 decades, I'd say, for sure. Everything we develop when it comes to new features or updates to our product, it goes through rigorous security testing. We do regular security updates in the product that kind of prevent large CVEs and things like that occur. And we also invest a lot of time into the web stack specifically, so we have our own delivered versions of things like Apache, MySQL, and things like that we hotfix patch on top, so we can actually get security issues patched in a relatively fast timeline and not have to wait for vendors to actually submit that. So security is always top of mind when it comes to cPanel specifically, for sure.
With the integration of WP2, how does cPanel plan to balance the needs of the users who heavily rely on WordPress with those that use the other CMS or custom solutions?
Yeah, I think if you've seen some of the previous stats, one of our CTOs, Jan, talked about, in cPanel specifically, 1 in 3 WordPress sites are operating on cPanel today, so obviously that's the dominant player, and we have a lot more focus going on to that, not only in the panels, but also these new products like WP Guardian and WP2. WP2 is going to be purely for WordPress, so we won't consider the other CMSs and WP Squared specifically. In cPanel, obviously a lot of people who use other things like Joomla and other CMSs, they use third-party tools to kind of automate some of the updates for those. We haven't had a lot of requests for support for these other CMSs and stuff, but if we did get demand, we would look at entertaining those types of options. So.
Perfect. Yep. And actually, that leads me quite well onto the other question, which is about WP2. So we've got a few questions about WP2. get started with, how does WP2 leverage cPanel's strength to deliver better WordPress management experience?
It's a great question. So it's actually one of the key reasons we actually moved to leverage cPanel specifically, was to take advantage of the security it already has out of the box. We don't have to re-engineer or re-architect something new. The automated updates of the entire stack, the operating system, things like that. And then take advantage of the web stack and tune it even more, so we're going to actually, ship WP Squared with a fully tuned web stack so that it's catered to WordPress, where we couldn't do that with traditional cPanel because of the fact that you have to support so many different types of websites other than WordPress. So, we'll ship things automatically with like Nginx, fully tuned configs. We'll add modules, custom modules ourselves that are highly geared towards making sure that WordPress is optimized. And give hosters the ability to kind of customize further from there.
As Chief Experience Officer, what were the priorities when overseeing the development of WP2? How do these priorities translate into benefits of end users?
Yeah, great question. So, there's two primary things we kind of had a vision for with this product, which was, performance was one of the big things. We wanted to make sure that it's highly performant out of the box and you don't have to go and buy other products and add-ons to make it fast. And then user experience, so we actually took a design first approach when it came to how we're going to make this look for the end users. So we kind of re-envisioned, like basically saying, how can we create a brand new interface that looks nothing like we've ever built before? And we started with the UX first, so we actually designed the entire interface outside of the product first, and then we applied it to the product and made it conform to the design. So I think that speaks highly towards, we did a lot of user research, validation of the UI with customers and partners to make sure that it actually delivered, the immediate benefits that they're looking for when it comes to managing a WordPress website.
Could you explain how WP2 optimizes the performance of WordPress sites on cPanel servers?
Yeah, so actually there's a couple of things. I mentioned one before, which is the web stack, so we'll finally tune that. And then even after we launch it, we're going to actually collect telemetry from servers to see usage, performance, and then ship updates and more, configs to the hosters to use to make sure it's performant for the web stack piece. And then we're also going to be either partnering or creating tools that are part of WordPress specifically via plugin or any other type of caching, as an example, to further extend that and give the availability of that to the end user or the hoster to apply automatically. And I think the other piece too is we're going to have like CDN integrations as well. So if the hoster wants to have all of the websites served through CDN, they can use whatever Cloudflare or Fastly or whatever provider they want to be able to integrate with those and have all of the WordPress sites on a CDN. Or if they don't want to have something out of the box, there'll also be the ability for the end user to pick and choose what they want to use for their website to also deliver it.
With WP2 being a new product, how is cPanel planning to support and educate users in the transition to this management solution? Are there any resources or assistance that users can expect?
Yeah, so I think there's two parts to that. One, it's a new product. So like while we are using the cPanel foundation, it is a different installer. It is a new product that will be for new servers, so there won't be like an upgrade path to this from traditional cPanel. Rather, it's going to be like an upsell path for people who use WordPress on cPanel today to this solution that want more solution-driven experience for WordPress. But the advantage is that so people who offer cPanel today, it's an easy transition. So they already have their architecture, their images and stuff. They can continue to use the orchestration that they have today and just kind of more or less use a different SKU to start issuing these types of licenses. So the barrier of entry for our hosters is very low. And then it gives them obviously an excellent user experience, performance out of the box and stuff. So it's an easy win for the hosters to start offering this.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you again. Very insightful. Thank you, Jesse, for that.
Absolutely.
Again, thank you for your time. I'm sure you'll have to get back to the store soon. It's getting busy down there. And we hope you enjoy the rest of the trip. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it too.